Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with The Sopranos. Last time around we finished up Season 1 with I Dream of Jeannie Cusimano. An interesting title, considering that was something uttered all of 5 seconds worth, and then just kind of dropped. But anyway, so everything kind of boils over. Tony learned that it seems that Livia was the one who wanted the hit out on Tony even more than June, or at least put that in June's head. So a lot of things happen. June actually got arrested by the FBI. A couple of his guys were killed by Tony in his counter move. And Livia was admitted to a hospital for Alzheimer's. And then towards the end of the episode, when Tony was about to just go smother her to death, she apparently had a stroke. But Tony doesn't believe it. Tony doesn't think that she actually had a stroke, and she is fully cognizant, and she's smiling at him, smiling at his misery. So, and pretty much where we ended was with the family around the table at Artie's place in the middle of a storm to remember the good moments, the little good moments. So yeah, that's pretty much where we left it. Tony is now the head of the mafia. Dr. Melfi left. She got the heck out of Dodge, and yeah, things are in an interesting place, definitely. This is the first episode of the season, so if you want to watch my full unedited reaction to this episode of The Sopranos, you can. Normally I keep the full-length reactions on my Patreon, but I do let the first episode go up for free, so you can go try that. There's a link in the description or in the pinned comment that'll take you over there. Basically, you hit play on my video, and then there'll be a count-in of 3, 2, 1, and that's when you hit play on your copy. I'm watching this on Max, formerly known as HBO Max, so hopefully it syncs up all well and good. And when you're done with that, of course, I always say I hope you come back to this video for the discussion, or you can just watch the edited video and also stay around for the discussion. So with that said, why don't we jump right into this episode of The Sopranos. Here we go. You know, I was kind of curious if they were going to change up the intro in any way, at least like maybe the visuals, but nope, nothing changed. However, maybe that will... I think there's at least one shot that's going to have to change at some point. I think we all know what we're talking about, but we gotta wait.
Okay, listen up. This is the NASD Series 7 Stockbrokers Exam. We'll test your basic knowledge of stocks, bonds, and other securities. If your last name starts with A through L, you should be next door.
Well, I guess I need to go next door, excuse me.
Moltisanti. Christopher.
Here.
Boy, I didn't think Chris would be recast, and by someone who looks nothing like him, too.
When I was 21, it was a very good year. It was a very
Oh, is she working out of a motel now? Whoa. AJ got a haircut. Wow, of all the things to cut to of like, hey, here's where everyone is. Paulie's just banging some girl. And here's Chris, in the exact same place Chris always is.
Tony! Tom!
Pussy!
You think I didn't realize what was going on when you come to my house 3 o'clock in the fucking afternoon telling me you're my friend? That's when I knew I was in trouble, Anthony. When out of the blue you come and for no reason you start telling me you're my friend.
Oh, is that right?
Maybe we should take this outside. Or downstairs.
You don't need a fucking explanation.
My back was for shit. You know that.
I don't want to fucking hear any more about your back.
That's how we met, this fucking spondylolisthesis. That's why I was popping Percocets like freaking juju beads.
Meh.
Anyway, so my doctor, he prescribes this clinic for me in Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico?
I didn't exactly object, Tony. Give him the fucking vibes around here. Go ahead, check.
Well, you don't tell
I
your
mean...
wife you're in a- So why'd you come back, huh? What changed?
Nothing changed. That's the problem. I still got 2 kids in college, Tony. One just got married, needs my help. I gotta start earning again. I gotta get my action back.
Oh, just like that.
Yeah. You're back and all is forgiven.
Hey, my back, hey. I still gotta get these freaking shots.
You fucking beached whale.
Alright, and we're good now.
Don't you ever pull shit like this again.
Fucking call when you're going to Puerto Rico.
That's my favorite bag. Don't lose it.
Man. Although I don't know if this guy's actually flying anywhere, but to think flying with just one little bag. Yeah, he ain't flying anywhere.
There you go, kid. There you go. You big motherfucker.
What? Alright, you got him. Jeez. Alright, there goes Philly. So where are we going next? He's not gonna kill this guy, is he?
It's done.
Oh. I get you. He killed the last of June's guys. And he lied about just coming in. Got it.
My old therapist used to work out of his home.
It's not convenient for me.
I mean, having your clients go to a motel, someone could figure it out easily.
Yes?
It's all over. Safe to go home now.
How did you get this phone number? Where are you calling me from?
Yeah, he figured
Are you
out.
watching me?
Is there a car gonna leave suddenly?
Well, you know from what you told me.
Meanwhile, it's the stockbrokers.
Yo, Matthew. I gotta take a meeting down in Mantelope. Keep things in control.
Word up. Later, Chief.
I'm very curious as to what the hell is happening right now. Why was there a fake Christopher at the beginning?
Socks a dog.
Ugh. That's probably like hot.
Anybody else got a problem with Wabistics?
Nope. Boy, I am unsure what this company is.
Your uncle's petitioning to get out of jail on a medical pending trial.
Let him.
You'll think they're liable to let him out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna believe this. Your sister's here.
Barbara?
No, Janice.
You're shitting me.
No?
We'll get Barbara and Tom and the kids down from Brewster. We'll make a family reunion out of it. But obviously,
Your mother isn't welcome.
Got it.
give Janice my love. See you later.
Carm, you seem more depressed than usual.
I've been going a long time. Let me hear it.
Just when they thought I was out?
Hey, pull me back, kid. It all checks out. Puerto Rico, the clinic, all that shit when I get done.
Nah. It makes sense that they had to check first. But hey, that's good. If it all checks out, then pussy's in the clear.
What the fuck is that smell?
Miso soup with seaweed. Aunt Parvati's been telling us all about Seattle.
I see those grunge pants on
Oh.
you. You'll be on the ground looking up.
That's why those two look more depressed than usual.
You don't see your sister for years. Right away you're starting on her diet?
Hey, believe me, she gives as good as she gets.
I mean, that's kind of how siblings work, you know? The first thing you do as siblings is you give them crap. I know this as a sibling.
So you still with that, Adolf?
Ralph.
Rolf.
No. Ralph went back to Andorra.
He went back to the old country. Couldn't deal with the cul-de-sac kids anymore and those Ed boys.
So how are things really with Mom?
She's dead to me.
All right, good to know.
Here, Tony. I mean, you're the one who stayed. You took the brunt. Barbara and I were never going to forget that.
Well, You forgot it okay for about 20 years. At least Bob pitched in.
Meh.
I know, I made my share of mistakes. But Ma can't stay in the hospital forever.
Let me tell you something.
Well, no, because she'll die eventually.
She's the devil.
She was. Now she's just a confused, frightened old woman.
I don't know. You didn't watch season 1.
All I need is a couple of $100 to fix her car so I can get back and forth to the hospital. Then I'll take her home to Seattle. Maybe stay at her house here temporarily.
Oh, I doubt that. I just put her house on the market.
Yeah, the house is gone.
And then the two fucksticks rip off a Porsche Carrera from our own building.
I'll call him.
No, you go down there. Now. What'd you get your license for, Christopher? Your resume? Huh?
Okay. I think I understand it
Spend
now.
more time.
Okay. So this business, they have part of this business. They had some dude go in as Chris to get the license, but real Chris is just there to make sure things go smoothly, of which it is currently not.
My parents are coming.
Oh, really? What, now that the dragon lady's gone, they'll Dwayne to set foot in our house?
Meh.
I said some horrible things to them over the years.
I'm not defending her. She's dead to me.
Sounds like it.
You let him do his bidding, suavely, so you can bleed him next week and the week after, at a minimum.
Man, Chris has to be competent.
Any more Porsches disappear, make it 2 towns over, and I want a taste.
To the man.
Oh, for goodness sake, Chris. He looks good in a suit, though.
Oh my god. This was your grandmother's, wasn't it?
It's so you won't forget me.
I don't know. Now I question everything. Pull over! Pull over! Oh, now you really gotta pull over. Oh! Ah.
See, my mother and me, we had a falling out.
This is a new person, right?
Mr. Spears, I watch the news like everyone else.
He clearly
I know
knows.
who you are. And I saw Analyze This.
Meh.
Analyze This? Come on, it's a fucking comedy.
I'm not taking new patients right now.
Melfi always did her job. She was a good psychiatrist.
A lot of changes since you've been here.
With that mommy dearest around? Never again, I swore it.
Which is exactly what she wanted. You played right into her hands with that.
Remember what she said to you at your wedding? She said it was a mistake. Tony would get bored with you.
Oh, the guys are here too. Oh, they're Tony's family. Hell, they're more of Tony's family than Tony's actual family.
Some family reunion. The woman who birthed them all is barred from the premises. I don't think you should get too close, Janice. She tried to do to Tony's. I have no fantasies about my mother. You know he's trying to sell the house? What house? Ma's house. See, that's what I'm talking about. Don't get involved. Let Tony handle it.
Boy, it's an interesting dynamic between these sisters.
Look at how angry you are. What do you care about that house?
It's not gonna stop with the house. The $300 pillow, which we're gonna fucking pay for. Then the video equipment, which you already heard her talking about.
When are you getting back into therapy?
Hey, don't start with that, okay? I am not fucking insane, and I am not overreacting, because you don't know.
I mean...
You don't know this wretched little book yacht.
All right. It's just getting you no place. Go outside. Join the party. Be with your friends. Have some pleasure. Go ahead.
Fucking
Tony,
bitch.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
go-
Go have a beer.
Yeah. Go try to relax. We will deal with this later.
Oh, look at my wife over there. No, wait, Tone. The neighbor St. Bernardo's on your property.
You can always count on the boys.
So when do we get to roll with Tony? What?
Are you tripping? Gotta work our way up, get introduced.
Oh, he does not want you to.
Hanging out.
Who? Mr. T. Use cat motherfuckers together. Nah, he's too big for that. He doesn't get his nails dirty.
It's always good to have characters like this that show you that Chris actually isn't the worst. Easy.
Yell. Don't scream. All cutlery stays right where it is.
For a second, it felt like Mike Ehrmantraut was going to sit down.
One of my patients committed suicide because I wasn't available to her. You know what that means to me?
Yeah.
She can't eat bagels.
Maybe you can recommend somebody else.
I would never ask another colleague to get involved in this.
Honestly, Melf, I mean, if she wasn't tied to her patients, I'd say get out of here, but she can't let them down. Is that it? Alright. What an interesting end to the episode. Alrighty. Episode 1 of Season 2. See. I mean, you know, this episode does not beat the slice of life allegations, I must say, because, like, has this established, you know, a running arc for the season? Not really. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's really just continuing on, you know. It's continuing the stuff with June. He's possible to get out. It's continuing the stuff with his mother, you know. And now his sister is here, so... What's his other sister's name? I screwed up typing that so hard. I don't think it would be noticeable. I don't know if you can read it, but it's the Sopranos, and then instead of an O in season, it's a 9, and instead of episode, it's Ipsy. It looks like a monkey wrote it, you know? Barbara, that was it, yeah. I mean, there's a lot to go over. I guess we'll just kind of... I guess, honestly, let's just run down my list. Let's start with Pussy. So, the reason why he didn't say anything is because, you know, he knew they were looking for a rat. So, he just decided to, you know, just go without saying anything, because that would be better. I mean, I get it. I get that, you know, he's scared. At least, you know, now they're back to everything being good, but yeah, that was... It's like, I get it, but at the same time, it is a thing of like, well, if he had said something, you know... I don't know. If he had said something like, hey, I mean, if you just say, hey, I'm not a rat, is that believable, you know? But the thing is, they figured out that he wasn't a rat because they figured out Jimmy was the rat, you know? So... But yeah, he went down to Puerto Rico. Went down to Puerto Rico for his back. Met a young girl who did acupuncture. Now he's back just because he's got to take care of his family. He's got to make money again. And, you know, it's a thing of like, oh, well, you know, is Tony just going to take him back? You know, all's forgiven. And it's like, it's still a little tense, but they were able to get past it. They had to get past that initial anger. I mean, nothing in this world makes Tony Soprano happier than his boys, you know? Like, his crew, anytime he sees all of them, like, his mood does brighten. So that's at least something. So that's one. Next plotline, Chris. Interesting stuff. So I don't fully know why they're doing that. I mean, I guess, like, I don't know. I mean, it was just something. It's just part of the business, basically. But they had some kid going in, getting the license under the name Chris. and then Chris just going into the company with that license and getting put in charge of like an entire division, it looks like. Although maybe there's a difference because it's like a specific stockbroker's license, you know? Like maybe it's specific, that just gives him that seniority, I guess. But yeah, so that was interesting. And he's got his two stooges that are, I mean, they're just stooges, you know? Like, they're dumb. They definitely remind me of Brendan from season 1. Other than the fact that they are alive, obviously. But yeah, they definitely remind me of Brendan, just a stooge that makes Chris look better, at least. Like, it's the scary thing that you realize that Chris is actually not that incompetent, you know? It's just that compared to the rest of Tony's crew, he's pretty bad. But compared to other, you know, putzes, he's fine. So that's at least something. Then they cleaned up the last of Junior's guys, Philly. And because of that, now all of Junior's guys are gone. So Dr. Melfi is safe. But tell her that, you know. Tell her that. And I mean, that's, like, you completely understand her. You know, it's just like, because, yeah, it's like there are a lot of things where she could justifiably be angry, but yeah, the fact that one of her clients killed themselves because they did not get proper counseling, you know, like, that is pretty bad. That is pretty bad. She has every right to be angry and every right not to, you know, work with Tony again, you know. And honestly, I think she would, you know, move out of New York and go somewhere else if obviously she didn't have the clients she still has, you know? So, and I like that moment where he does try a different therapist and that therapist is just like, I ain't taking you, you know? And I mean, that's the thing is, I guess the difference too is like, you know, Dr. Melfi, like, At the beginning, I think she knew who he was, but, like, there wasn't anything huge, you know? There wasn't the indictments and stuff like that. Like, between the indictments and her, you know, being in danger because of, you know, the rest of the crew, like, yeah, that's why she won't do it now. But beforehand, yeah, she did try. She really tried to help him, you know? She really tried to help him. She tried to do her job, but now it's just not worth it. So, oh boy. Now, where this will go, I don't know. Do you think, are we going to get her back? I mean, I hope so, because she's a very interesting character. And she's a great actor, but I don't know, how can she take Tony back? I don't know. I guess that'll be the question. So there's that. Then there's Janice. Janice coming in, wanting to take care of Ma. Get her, and yeah, it's like, I can understand what Tony's thinking, you know. It's like, oh, normally she's got an ergonomic pillow, so Tony's gonna have to pay for that. There's the fix to Livia's car. He's got to pay for that. She wants to keep the home. It's like, okay, yeah. It's like, I can see where this is going, but and then with Tony, I mean, it makes sense that, you know, that he says, oh, she's dead to me now, because he was going to kill her. He was going to put her down, basically. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I'm curious to see what will happen, because you kind of sit and think, like, well, what more can Livia do, you know, now that she's in a hospital bed? But she does have those little things. She's got Janice. I mean, she's also got Meadow now. You know, Meadow has fully fallen under the spell. And I suppose it is still a question of, is Livia being honest or is she faking it? Is she lying? Not honest. You know what I mean. Is she faking all of this? Wait, I don't know. You guys know what I mean. Is this real or is it not? There we go. I'm getting my words confused. So yeah, what is it real or not? I don't know. Considering everything, like, I don't know. I feel like she wasn't this much of a doting grandmother when she was, when she was fully cognizant. So I don't know. The whole thing of like, giving Meadow her grandmother's little thing, is, so you'll remember me. And it's like, this doesn't sound like Livia, I don't know. Well, and the whole thing of like, I just want to die now. I'm just sitting here like, you keep saying that, you keep not dying, Livia. like, geez, if freaking Padme can lose the will to live, and that's that, like, I'm sure you could, but here you are, still alive. Oh, well. I don't know. But yeah, so this is an interesting thing. And then, I mean, it's also just an interesting thing, with, Janice trying to go in and like, take care of Livia, and, she wants the house and the car and everything. Obviously now we know it's for personal gain, but just that moment in the family reunion when you also see Barb there, their other sister, and you can just see, like, all of the energy drained away. Like, she clearly doesn't want to be here, probably keeps some distance from Tony, but she knows. I mean, I just saw it there on the Wikipedia page, it's like, the featured characters basically, and it's like, Janice, who lived in Seattle, Barbara, who does live in New York, at least, New York State, but yeah, it's like she probably knows more about, everything with Livia than Janice does, Janice, who has been gone for so long in Seattle, So that's it. That was an interesting thing, just seeing that, where she's like, no, Tony's taking care of this, Tony's taking the brunt of it. He's taking care of Ma, and now, and now he's rejected the dragon, So, and even the whole thing, too, of, like, with Carmela's parents, where they were like, we swore we would never come back here with that old witch still here. And Carm being like, and that's exactly what she wanted, It's like, you played right into her hands. But at the same time, it's like, see, I'm kind of with them on that decision, though, of like, look, even though, like, yes, you're staying away from your daughter, that is pretty bad. But at the same time, I do understand, like, they cut out a very toxic person from their life, Like, I get it. Why should they, like, stay and fight her and, really try and beat her at her own game? Why do that? Now, the only reason is so they can see their grandchildren, they can see their daughter. That's one thing. But still, it's a half and half. It's a half and half, But I don't know. An interesting first episode. Definitely an interesting first episode. And I'm curious to see where we are going from here. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.